everybody, it's Jess here with Blush Jess. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to unbuckle because I'm at a complete standstill here. And I'm just going to get comfortable because I have not vlogged in a whole week, actually like 8 days. So I thought I'd just do a video where I kind of tell you guys what's been going on, where I've been, fill you in on the week that we just had because it was kind of crazy, and I'll show you some clips of the week because I didn't vlog. I had so much footage going up that I had pre-done, and the week was so different and crazy that a lot of my normal videos I filmed during the week I didn't get to film. So anyway, sit back, grab a cup of coffee, let's chat. I look a little bit of a hot mess because, well, I'll tell y'all why in a little bit, but I just took the kids to school. I'm exhausted. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5:45, and Mark was up a couple times in the night. He's doing a little better with that, but when I got him up, well, he started crying at 4 a.m., and when I got to him, he was completely soaked. Like, we had a complete, like, diaper malfunction. If you're new, hi, I'm Jess. I always forget to introduce myself. I have 3 kids, a husband. We're living with my mom and dad right now. Things are always crazy. There's a ton of people. You know, I'm taking care of the kids. My littlest one is 12 months old. My oldest has special needs. And I just vlog a lot about mom life and grocery hauls and recipes. And we do fun videos and taste tests. And my channel is a little bit of everything. That's why it's called Blush Jess. It's just like my life. We're just so blessed. God has been so good to us, and we love to document the memories over here. It's a family mommy channel, basically, but everybody is welcome, and I really appreciate, love you guys. You're my family. I love y'all. So Mark got to him completely diaper malfunction, which we don't have very often. I feel like diapers have come a long way, but there was so much liquid in it, like it didn't stand a chance. So he was soaked. His sheets were soaked. And you know, like by the time you wake up a baby with like taking all their clothes off and they're wet and you're trying to change them, and I don't keep his clothes in his room. His clothes are upstairs in Nate's room because that's where I usually get him dressed. It's closer to the bathroom when we're doing baths and stuff. So I had David like sneak up to Nate's room, I should keep a couple things down in his room. I know I should. Get a sleeper, come back down. We had to strip him down, strip his bed, all the things. So then he was really awake. But I ended up getting him back to sleep pretty soon. And so then I got to sleep for like an hour before I had to be up. Oh, so I'm very tired. I'm dragging. And I made my coffee, and I put some creamer in it, but I did not put any sweetener. And it's just too, like, it's too strong today. Like, sometimes I can do with just the flavored creamer, but it needs the skinny syrup. Like, I need the skinny syrup today. It's not in here. So I keep sipping on it, and I'm just disappointed in it, honestly. Okay, where have we been? We vlogged on Valentine's Day, so last Sunday. And we had a great Sunday. Awesome. The kids were out of school on Monday, and we literally did nothing. Did I vlog that day? Maybe I vlogged that day too. I can't remember. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I vlogged on Monday. I don't know if I did or not. But basically, we just did nothing. We hung out. I went to the grocery store at some point, I think, or maybe that. I don't think I vlogged. I don't remember what we did. The kids were out of school for President's Day, and we just like hung out at home. It was super cold. Like for here, last week was cold. One night we got down into 15 degrees. Y'all, for Alabama, that does not happen. It was unreal. It was too cold to get the kids out. We just kind of hung out at home. And so we went to bed Monday night and woke up to, now we had heard that there could be some wintry weather, but they didn't really think we were going to get much of anything. Probably just like maybe a little, you know, precipitation or something. Well, we woke up on Tuesday morning and I looked out the window and there was snow on the ground and it was coming down. Like for Alabama, that does not happen hardly at all. And it snowed like big fat snowflakes for a while. We didn't get a ton like sticking to the ground. I think we got maybe like a half inch, something like that. I don't know. It wasn't enough to make snow cream, so it was kind of a bummer there. But Lucy got out in the snow, and she was the only one I could convince to leave the house in the snow. Mark, I didn't want to get him out in it, and he doesn't really like the cold. Nate, I kept asking, don't you want to come play in the snow? And he's like, no. And Lucy loved it for about 10 minutes, and then she was done. It was snowing, and it was cold. It was like that windy, cold, it didn't feel fun to be outside, we experienced it. And so the kids had no school on Tuesday. Like, they shut the school down, here in the South, and everybody laughs at us because, like, oh, ha, ha, y'all got half an inch and y'all shut everything down. But we really don't know how to handle it here. Like, it's unsafe for people. The roads, we don't have the equipment to clear if there's ice. We have a lot of smaller roads and stuff, and back roads people live on, and it's just not safe to have people out. Our cars aren't equipped for it. People don't know how to drive in it. It's just a very dangerous situation when there's snow in the South. So we had no school on Tuesday. So we stayed home. We bundled up. We never lost power or anything. I was watching my friends in Texas go through the most horrible week where they were losing power and they were cold in their houses and people didn't have water. And it was just like a dire situation. We lived in Texas for 6 years. So we have a lot of friends out there, and just the devastation just broke our hearts. And, y'all know my friend Jen. I kept up with her, and if they had power, if they didn't, how cold it was, do y'all have food, and our thoughts and prayers are still with the people in Texas. If you're in Texas, let me know. Are you guys okay? Is it slowly getting back to normal? Is your house damaged? Did you have pipes burst? Let me know, and we're praying for y'all. Wednesday, they ended up getting delayed 2 hours because of the very low temperatures, and it never got above freezing for a couple days. So we had really low temperatures, and there's this car that's really creeping me out. Who is that? Okay, this car was parked down. I'm gonna lock my doors. I'm right outside the house, but this car, they're already locked. This car was parked down the road and was just sitting there, and I was kind of watching it thinking, well, maybe they're waiting on somebody. And then they just parked in my neighbor's driveway, and I don't recognize them. But maybe they were just fiddling on their phone or something. I don't know. Anyway, so what was I saying? They were delayed 2 hours, and we got them to school, and let's see, everything kind of went normal that day. David is actually subbing in the school, so he has been working a lot. I think he worked 2 or 3 days last week, and then also at Papa John's. I'm getting whiplash trying to keep up with his schedule of the kids, and then he's working sometimes at Papa John's, sometimes doing substituting, and some days he does both. So it's kind of been crazy town trying to keep up with that, making his lunch and making their lunches, and it's just kind of been nuts. So I think Wednesday they all went to school, and Thursday was a normal day. We got to my aunt came into town, and we got to have dinner with her, and my aunt and I were super close. She was my matron of honor in our wedding, and it was so good to see her. We don't get to see her that much. So she came into town, and we got to have dinner with her, and we were packing up on Thursday all day for our trip. So me and David and Lucy left early Friday morning to go to Indiana to visit a church, and we were kind of nervous because they had a lot of snow. It's southern Indiana, they don't get a ton of snow. They get more snow than us, but they have record snow. They're we haven't seen this much snow in years. Of course, that's the weekend we're going, So we were kind of watching the weather, but all the snow came before we left. So the roads were clear and everything. There was a lot of snow on the ground, but all the roads were clear. So we left early. We put Nate on the bus on Friday morning, got him on the bus, and we literally got in our cars after that. So we drove. It took about 6.5 hours to drive to where we were going in Indiana from about Coleman, Alabama, which is a hour and a half, 2 hours away from us. Hour and a half, probably a little over an hour. All the way to Indiana, there was snow everywhere. It was a beautiful drive. The roads were great. Lucy is the best traveler. We were just going to go, David and I, but Lucy, it's that time where you can take one of them and let them have a really special experience. She never gets to do stuff with just us. And it was so special. So we let her be home out of school on Friday, or not home. We were, not, but she was not in school on Friday. And we left early in the morning, and we stopped for lunch. She got to pick where we went for lunch, and of course she picked Olive Garden. Pasta is her favorite thing. And so we stopped at Olive Garden, had lunch. We got into town around 4 o'clock their time. They're an hour ahead of us in where we were staying in Indiana. And then it was super exciting. I was very close to my friend Shay, where she lives. I've known Shay my whole life. Our dads were roommates in college. There's pictures of us as babies playing together. She was also in my wedding. Just has been a lifelong friend. But she moved to Indiana when we were teenagers, and I haven't seen her. She came and visited us in Texas 9 years ago. I was pregnant with Nate, very early pregnant with Nate. She went to our first sonogram appointment with us, and I haven't seen her since then. And so when we were going to be close, she lives a little bit south of Indianapolis. I was like, we have to meet for dinner. So we met her and her mom and dad, and it was so special to get to see her. I did not get any pictures with her. What was I thinking? I don't know. We were just like enjoying the moment. We had dinner. It was so nice. And yeah, it was so good because she got to meet Lucy. She's never met any of my kids, and it was so special. And I hope we can do it again really soon and not wait another 9 years. That was crazy. And where we were staying at our hotel, it overlooked the Ohio River. It was absolutely beautiful with the snow. Our hotel room had a patio that opened up to like this beautiful view right outside our door. It was gorgeous. It was just beautiful. Lucy was playing in the snow, like more snow than we had ever seen. It was so much fun. Then Saturday and Sunday we were doing stuff with the church, meeting the people there. You guys know we're trying to find our next ministry assignment, and we're really excited to be at this church and see if it's a place God has for us. It was really a great time. They were so nice to us, so much hospitality and good food, and everybody was so nice to us. We had church on Sunday. As soon as church was over, pretty much we got in the car and started the drive home because we wanted to get home in time for Lucy to be in bed for school and everything. We pulled into the driveway at 7 o'clock, and I had missed the boys so much. I had to leave Mark and Nate with my mom and dad, and they took great care of them and everything. And Mark, it was teething really bad, so he was really fussy like the whole time, but they did really well. Nate did awesome. He asked a couple times like, where's mommy, or where's daddy, or whatever, and they told him like, she's in Indiana, she'll be back in 2 days. And he was like, okay. So he did great, and Mark did really well, even though he was teething and kind of didn't want to eat anything. He's got these molars coming in, y'all. They look so inflamed, and he doesn't want to chew on anything. He just wants like a bottle or baby food, which is so unlike him. So she was having to give him Tylenol, Motrin, the whole thing. But he seems to be feeling better. Yesterday, it was like the first day he was really playing. And then when we got home, he was definitely more active, they said, than he had been. So I'm sure it was different for him too, and he missed us. But he would have not liked the car ride. It was the right decision to leave him here. And then, we're here now. We're back at home and starting a new week. So that is the last week in a nutshell. And today's Monday. I don't know the plan for today. I need to get groceries. And David's not working today, so maybe we can get Mark out. He hasn't been out since, I think they took him out on Friday for lunch. And now that he's feeling better, maybe he'd like to go on a walk or do something. I need to do laundry from the trip, obviously, we have tons of clothes and all that. So we're really excited for the future, you guys. We're really looking back at this year. We have had a hard year. And so many times I've wondered, like, God, what are you doing? Like, why are you punishing us? Like, have you forgotten about us? And like, we moved, if you don't know our whole story, we moved because we lost our job in Georgia, COVID reasons, other reasons. And we moved in with my mom and dad. My husband got a job as a lead pastor at a church near here, so we're able to stay with them and go to this church. And we tried so hard to make it work, and ended up we had to close the church. I'll leave the video down below or explain what happened and everything. that whole process was really hard. It was very painful. It felt like God just forgot about us. And looking back now, I can see like his hand in all of it. And I can see why we had to go through the things we had to go through. And because we were living with mom and dad, we were able to save a lot of money. And we wouldn't have been able to have what we have now if we didn't go through that season. I know that's kind of hard to understand, but the Bible says God works all things together for good. I don't know if you're going through a similar circumstance where you feel like God has just completely let you down, or you don't understand what he's doing and he feels very silent. I went through that season where I just felt like, God, like, I miss my house. I miss my kitchen. You know, I miss our family being able to, you know, serve at a church, and we just had so much heartbreak. But God takes all of those ugly, broken things and he weaves them together for good, and he makes beautiful things out of hard times. And that's why he's so good. Like, how does he do that? I don't know. Like, how does he take like this pile of disappointment and frustration and sadness and like weave it all together for good? But that's what he's doing. And if he can do it for us, like, he can do it for you. He's the same. He's the same for us as he is for you. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He never changes. He's good, and he has good things for you. And I don't know if anybody else needs to hear that, but I know there's been times in my life I've needed to hear that. And we're just really at a place now that we're just really thankful for everything we've been through. And I'm glad I didn't know a year ago that this was coming, and we've really had to take it one day at a time, because I really like the control thing, and I really like to know what's going to happen in the future, and you know, how long is the season going to last, and you know, all these things. But we aren't meant to know those things. God has our future in his hands, and we have to just trust him one day at a time. He doesn't show us the big, huge picture. A lot of times he wants us to trust him one day at a time. And I know it's hard. It's been really hard, really hard. I feel like this has been the hardest season for our family to go through. But we're starting to get to the other side of it, I feel like. And looking back, I can see his hand in the whole thing. Where I didn't see it, I can look back now and see it, because I'm starting to see the bigger picture. And we're just at a place now that we're so blessed, and we're so excited about the future. We will let you guys know all the ins and outs of everything coming up soon. You know, when we know more, we'll let you know more. But we're really excited for the future. We are feeling very blessed, and we feel like God is, his hand has just been on this whole season, even when we didn't see it. So anyway, this is going to be a great week. David's going to be working a ton. I think he's about ready to stop at Papa John's and just do substitute teaching, because there's so much of a need that he could substitute every single day, and it's just better hours. He wouldn't have to work nights and be away from us and all that. So y'all keep us in your prayers. We're going to keep you in our prayers. We love you guys so much. You are literally a part of our family. I'm sorry I've been kind of quiet. There's just been a lot going on, but more videos to come this week. We're going to be filming some more taste tests. I have lots of ideas, so stay tuned. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.